Hey everyone, Sky here to discuss From Russia with Love, starring Sean Connery, Daniela Bianchi, Pedro Armendariz, Lotelania, forgive me if I said that wrong, Robert Shaw, Bernard Lee, and Lois Maxwell, and directed by Terrence Young. Now let's just get straight into this movie because, yeah. We start with a masked someone pretending to be James Bond being killed by a Spectre agent, and the opening credits took the longest time, and I wanted to get back to the story. And I love the way the chess scene was shot, and I'm going to give the cinematographer some credit for making this movie look good. The song From Russia with Love, or should I say, From Russia with Love, is a good song, and James Bond takes care of old business, and Bond returned by Sean Connery is still a great presence. And I very much enjoy watching him here, like I did last time, but the difference is he's better here than last time, and this is a much better made movie than last time. As I'm watching James arrive at the airport, the people are following him again, and I thought, am I going back to last week's movie? Meaning, did I put the wrong movie on? What is going on here? But I realize it's taking different turns. James's mission this time is to find a decoding machine called Lecter. Not like Hannibal Lecter, but Lecter, with the K I think they spell it as. Which, honestly, is kind of stupid. Kind of a stupid name for a machine, but James gets followed by some Soviets that work for Spectre and have a shootout at the restaurant, and the action here is kind of fun to watch, but I'm still bored as hell, but it's better than Dr. No. Just the way it's made, filmed, and shot, I'm just amazed that it's kind of slowly paced, but like I did last week, I must say, I forgive it because it was the 1960s. James meets Tatiana Romanova, played by Daniela Bianchi, and what I like about her as a Bond girl is she's tough, used to work for Spectre, until she hooks up with Bond, and she's attractive in general, and I like when James records her and she doesn't know it. The scene looked gorgeous on the boat, I must say. James takes Tatiana to a honeymoon business despite their trip. Despite they're not married, and take a train, which I like to try one day, and the scenes on the train I enjoy because Tatiana is dressed up and James comforts her, and James is warned that someone is dead that is in contact with him, and he accuses Tatiana who killed his contact, which was kind of intense, but not as intense as Alfred Hitchcock's 1960 horror film, Psycho. The fight between James and the bad guys on the train reminds me of what I will get in a later James Bond film, Spectre, and Tatiana is knocked out during the fight between James and the bad guy, but I think the train fight in Spectre was much better than here, and I'll get there when I get there. The truck versus helicopter fight when a henchman tries to go through a grenade and James shoots his arm, and the grenade explodes in the helicopter, which was ridiculously stupid. And James takes Tatiana and the truck driver on the boat, and as they're on the boat, James pushes the truck driver into the water, and James and Tatiana go to Venice, Italy, where I've always wanted to go. One day I will, and we're going to have someday some awesome boat action, I must say. They get to Venice, and a lady Spectre agent called Number 3, disguised as a maid, gets James at gunpoint, and Tatiana almost goes with her, but shoots Number 3, and goes with James out to Venice as the mission is over, and James Bond will return in the next film, Goldfinger, and I like that as an ending. Now it's time for the rating. I'll give this movie a 6.2 out of 10. This is a much better made and better film than Dr. No. It was thrilling action and better paced than last week, even though it's still slow as well. Sean Connery's commanding presence is probably the best thing so far about these first two movies. So I'd like to thank you guys for joining me, and next week I will be back with Goldfinger, And until next time, the name is Bond. James Bond.